So the major thing with this year and not having student managers around,
it's all hands on deck, and so everybody's kind of had to take new roles this year.
Gavin Roberts, our strength coach, he helps me out with stools during the game.
Our analytic guy, Andrew McClatchy's run the shot clock. Nick Trusso's run the game clock and the scoreboard during practice. And I usually just kind of grab a towel and jump on the wet spots during practice when a guy falls down, especially if it's Mason Gillis, because he sweats a lot, and just trying to keep practice moving and going as smoothly as possible. When we started as a department testing everybody once a week on our weekly PCR testing, a lot of the results that were coming back unfortunately showed a lot of the student managers were testing positive for COVID. And so we made a decision as we looked at the scope of our year, how we could best eliminate risk. And one of the things that came up was having a season without managers. It crushed us to do it without those guys because they put in a lot of time and the program means a lot to them. So that part was difficult, but at the end of the day, we felt it was best to keep our guys safe. So what that meant was that a lot of other people around the program and a lot of the support staff had to be all hands on deck to kind of pick up some of that slack and do some of the work that the managers normally would do.
So on a daily basis, one of the additional responsibilities I've taken on has been setting up our practice, whether that's in Mackey or Cardinal.
Brad Andrews has been unbelievable during this whole thing. He's really kind of taken the bull by the horns in terms of everything that has to do with practices and prepping the gyms, cleaning the basketballs, keeping our locker room straightened up.
So a couple hours before practice starts, I'll get everything set up. One of the first things I do is I'll bring out our hamper of court towels. I'll set those up. I'll set stacks of 5 or 6 towels all around the court. In total, we're probably putting out at least 3 to 4 dozen towels a day.
I don't know how many towels he's gone through this year and washed, but we are constantly going through towels because in the past where you might have a guy wipe his face down, then you hold on to the towel and then let somebody else wipe their face down. Now as soon as a towel gets used, it goes right into the dirty towel bin.
So on game days as a host school, we provide bench towels for all the teams that come to Mackey. We provide 60 to 80 towels for the game, which usually covered any needs they might have. So we also have 60 to 80 with our bench as well. I would say on average we were washing about 80 to 100 Gatorade towels per game, not including the 2 dozen or so visiting team shower towels, as well as all the shower towels that our staff and players use on a regular game day. So in total, that would come out to sometimes around 160 to 180 or more towels for one game day. Another added aspect of this season and dealing with the pandemic was making sure our basketballs were properly sanitized before and after workouts, before and after games. Any given day, I'll come in, grab laundry from the locker room, and at that time was when I would spray down the basketballs, wipe them down with a hydrogen peroxide-based cleaner, go do laundry, and then when I come back to put out laundry and then take the rack of basketballs to the court for practice, at that time, I'd wipe the basketballs down again just in case there's anyone that came in and shot around during the morning. And then we also try and wipe them down after practice. So on game days, the basketballs are getting wiped down a lot more. Not only our rack of basketballs, but we also had a second rack of basketballs that was just for the visiting team to use for their shoot around, for their warm-ups, etc. So before and after shoot arounds, those racks of basketballs would get wiped down, as well as anytime a team would leave the floor for warm-ups or during warm-ups, right before the game started, as well as at halftime. Our event staff will wipe down the benches in between halves, and everyone in the department has done an awesome job adapting and rolling with everything that's been thrown their way. A lot of people have taken on added responsibilities, so it says a lot about the culture that we have here for everyone to help out.